Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Erica. I do some crafty stuff and I share that every now and again. I have been making numerous promises of getting better at sharing videos and I am still failing hard. So if you are in the same boat, I see you and I feel you, so you are not alone. Anyway, so today I thought I'd just pop in quickly because Tasha and I are a little bit late sharing the winners of our recent milestone giveaway. So I am going to pop all of the winners down in the description box down below, and congratulations to all of the winners. They are all randomly drawn. So and Tasha and I kind of took turns drawing the winners and stuff, and then we're just making sure that everyone is like matching to, because some were like continent restrictions and place restrictions and etc etc. So it's all done very fairly and squarely. Fairly and squarely, is that a way? No, fair and square. It's done in a fair and square way. But yes, so there will be more milestone giveaways and hops and celebrations. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so, because you might be missing out on fun stuff otherwise. And today I'm actually going to be sharing a little bit of card making because, well, I didn't in the last video, and I kind of promised that this video was going to be better, so I figured I'd better do it, right? And one of the things that I'm a little bit of a one-trick pony is that I do love my rainbow cards. I really, really do. And I can use like rainbow colors on pretty much everything. And I do this thing where, especially with layering stencils, where I use the same colors on all of the layers to kind of create a rainbow all over, but it's difficult to explain. Let me get you a card so I can show you exactly what I mean. So, like so. So you can see here, this is done with layering stencils, but without the outlining stamp. And I get a lot of questions about like how to achieve this effect. So I thought, you know what, we're gonna do that for this video, because this is something that does make me happy. And also, I love this sentiment. Just want to remind you how amazing you are. So that goes for all of you who are here and continue to be patient with me as well. And yeah, so we are gonna head down to my extremely tidy desk. I have been tidying today and it is so nice and clean. I have a little bit of like messing up anxiety, but I will go ahead and forge ahead for you and for rainbows. So we are gonna do that. And again, thank you to everyone who stopped by for our hop. We really, really appreciate it. All the new subscribers, hi! All the old subscribers that keep coming back, hi! Yeah, I need to keep these under control. I can't seem to be able to do that. But yes, hi, and thank you to each and every one of you, everyone who took part in the hop, everyone who came for the hop, and congratulations to all the winners. And let's make some rainbows. Right, so first things first, we obviously have to secure our paper to our stencils, and some people like to tape down their stencils, but I prefer to actually put the washi tape on my paper, and I just find that this works better for me, because then I don't risk ripping the paper every time I'm changing the stencil over. So I try to sort of measure the pieces so that they are about the same as the cardstock itself. And then, so we just then add the stencil. So we're gonna start with stencil number 1, and you obviously number 1. And then on the layering stencils, most layering stencils will have some kind of like layering up guide. On the Pinkfresh Studio layering stencils, you will see 4 kind of little corners. And these are perfectly measured up to an A2 card size, so a 5.5 by 4.25. Now, I am going to be using the exact same colors as I've done on my kind of like example card. So from top to the bottom, we're going to use a lavender, aquamarine, grassy knoll, sunshine, clementine, berrylicious, and bubblegum. And I have a little thing that I do with my ink blending, and you will see that on the inside of each lid, there is already ink. So I have one blender brush for each one of my Pinkfresh Studio colors because I'm extra like that. Yeah. And when I want to get a really, really light touch of ink, which is what you want to do on your first layer, I tap off the excess. So first I take my brush and I rub that into my ink pad, and then I tap off the excess onto the lid. So this, I feel, gives me a more even coverage on the brush, and then it also gives me a little bit of extra ink for those times when I want a really, really, really soft touch of color. So you can see here, I'm going in and out with my my brushes, and something that a lot of people think that, oh, you have to always use a round motion. That is not so much true, I don't think, especially with like a good quality blending brush. These are from the Rabbit Hole, and I like the fact that they're white, so I have like a little label on each one of the brushes as well, and like I said, one for each color. And here you can see here now what I mean with like this really soft touch of color. So a lot of this is done by just putting the brush onto the lid. So we're on to stencil number 2, and we're gonna start with yellow again. I almost always use yellow first if I'm having yellow on my my ink blending, or with my ink blending, because it's the lightest color and it's probably the one that is most likely to get contaminated, and it's also a really good color to kind of blend other colors into. So it works both ways, like towards greens and teals and towards like orange, reds, purples, pinks. It just really, really works so well. But anyway, we're gonna go back to the ink blending here. And although this is sped up, so it's twice the speed, I do consider ink blending a bit of my cardio, and I'm only partially joking about this actually. And so I'm really quite fast with ink blending. It's just one of those things where, you know, once you kind of get into it, you get on a roll and you just kind of, yeah, you get a little bit carried away maybe. But I'm trying to stick to each color is going to go in about the same area on each layer of each stencil. So we have 6 stencils, so it's not super difficult to keep track of, but you just have to kind of be a little bit aware of like where your colors go, where they're going to blend in, etc, etc. Now, it's not the end of the world if they do kind of overlap a little bit. It actually gives quite a nice like little look. And if you want super duper no mixing of the colors, so here's stencil number 2 taken off, so you can already see the rainbow is kind of building up a little bit, and yeah, pretty, isn't it? But we're gonna forge on with stencil number 3, and you can see in this one the corners that I mentioned that are, you know, like your alignment guides. So we're gonna stick this down, and because of the washi tape being on the paper, all you have to do is you put it down in the correct place, and then you just kind of make sure that your washi sticks to the stencil, so you don't worry about ripping your paper every single time. So this is stencil number 3, and so we're gonna start adding a little bit more color, because this is where some of the details are gonna start coming in. And again, we're just gonna go over the same areas with the same colors. And you can't really see the ink colors anymore because I felt like they were just kind of taking up a little bit too much space on my workspace. But we have the same one. So from the top, it's lavender, then we go down to aquamarine, we have grassy knoll, sunshine, clementine, excuse me, berrylicious, and bubblegum. So bubblegum is at the bottom, and if you wanted to, I will list all these down in the description as well. So I will list them in the order from top to bottom as well. So you can always kind of go back and reference this as well. So again, here now we are going to be adding a little bit more color. When the pattern starts getting smaller, that's when you want to add a little bit more color, because then that is going to really help you kind of get those details. And I think it's really quite fun as well that it's just the same kind of basic colors. It's 6 or 7, 6. I think it's 6. I want to say 6, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. So it is the same colors. There's no different shades or darker or lighter or anything like that. It is all the same ink pads for every single layer. Yet by adding more ink and more sort of opaqueness and details, more color, you get more details. So we're already on stencil number 4, but you can already see like the sort of the details coming out, and you know, you're bringing life to the ink blending. So we're gonna carry on here. We're gonna stick this down, make sure that we have it all in the right place. And as always, or almost always, start with the yellow to make sure that it doesn't get contaminated. So another reason I do this as well is obviously because when you ink blend, you're going to leave some ink on your stencil. So if you leave your yellow to last, it's much more likely that your yellow is going to kind of look muddy because you're going to either drag in like too much orange or green or something else like that. So that is why I always, I want to say like probably 90 to 95% of the time start with yellow. And then I work my way outwards, even if the yellow is in the middle, like on this one here. It's just one of those things where I don't think I have, it's not kind of a conscious thing. It's kind of happened this way. And then I've just stuck to it because I'm a bit of a one-trick pony. I don't know. Sometimes there's comfort in being a one-trick pony, and other times you do kind of get a little bit stuck in the stable or in the box. But we are going to be forging forward here with our ink blending, and when, as I mentioned as well, when the patterns are getting smaller and smaller, you're going to want to add more color to kind of really bring out those details. So I mean, you can already see here it's like looking quite lush. Now we are onto stencil number 5, and this is now we're on to like white space again. So we're going to go back to adding like a light touch of the colors. So this is, you know, again, colors onto white. So depending on how kind of vivid you want these, you're gonna want to have to decide, do I want to go like really heavy, or do I want to go slightly less so that the flowers are popping out and the leaves not so much. But I do like it when everything is kind of popping off the page. It's just one of those things. I just love color. It's one of those things with me. I'm like, yeah, maybe pastels today, and then I look at my colors and I'm like, nah, let's go bright and vivid and happy and choose joy and colors. Yeah. it's one of my things. It's one of my quirks. But this is sort of one of the things that I guess I'm kind of known for in the crafting world. So why not embrace it and share the colorful joy? Oh my goodness. Has this turned into a TED Talk? I think it has turned into a bit of a TED Talk. Yeah. But anyway, so we are now, I wonder, have we even finished off and we are on stencil number 6? Or are we still on stencil number 5? We might still be on stencil number 5. So again, as I said, with this one, just kind of go back and forwards with the colors. And if you feel like you can't kind of get all the details, you can always get like mini blending brushes, or you put a little bit of ink like right at the edge of your brush, and then you go slow, go very, very slow, but quite a lot. So slow but steady. So it's just one of those things where it does take a little bit of time. And a little bit of practice, but I guess we were now we're on stencil number 6. So I have no idea where we are at this point, because I don't usually do this kind of long videos, and I kind of interrupted myself a little bit with my TED Talk there. Yes, so this is the last stencil. So here, because we want to go, sometimes my accent goes as well, I'm not sure what's happening there, but we're gonna add lots of color here. We're going to go in and make sure that all of those little details kind of pop and really brings the flowers to life. And this stamp set is the Painted Daisies. This was released back in, I want to say June maybe? Yeah, but it's a beautiful, beautiful set. And it works so, so well with both ink blending, watercoloring, and with or without the actual outlining stamp as well. And the sample I showed you, I used only the layering stencils, and it kind of, you get that really sort of soft, lovely watercolor look almost. I love that with layering stencils. It's so quick and easy to add color, and you have so many options. You don't have to go rainbow if you don't want to. You can obviously go more kind of natural with, you know, experiment a little bit with colors as well and stuff. But here we are almost finished with the layers, and we're just going to add that last little bit of lavender right at the top there, and then we're going to peel this off, and then we're going to probably stop and admire this for a little bit because it did come out pretty nice. Now at this stage, if you feel like any of the areas just don't, there isn't enough definition there, you can always go in with one of the sort of more detailed layers and just add more color. This is the beauty of it, right? But on this one, I decided I'm going to heat emboss the outline stamp on top of all of this. And I'm using here a stamping or heat embossing tool from the Rabbit Hole Designs. It's called the Cottontail Embossing Tool, I think, and it is brilliant. Now, I have really oily fingers as well, and I use a lot of lotion because I live in a hot, humid country, and I wash my hands a lot. I have this thing. So I always treat my panel once, and then I line up my stamp, and then I take out my tool and I do it again just a little bit, just to make sure that anything that I might have touched is no longer going to have my fingerprints all over it. And then we're going to dab with a nice and juicy wow embossing ink pad on top. And we're going to do this twice just to make sure that all of those fine little details and beautiful little details, yes, I overused the word details, but, and then we're going to sprinkle opaque bright white, a super fine embossing powder on top of this to make sure that we get all of those, say it with me, details, yes, overuse of the word details, and I just said it again, but oh well. Also, if you have pets, make sure that none of their hairs are stuck in the powder, because once you melt it, they will stay there. Ask me how I know. So once you have let your heat tool heat up really, really nicely, it needs to be nice and hot so that you can melt all of your powder in one go and not burn your paper. Make sure you melt all of that, and then we are going to use the coordinating die cut to cut this out. And I do love myself a coordinating die cut as well, because fussy cut, oh no, that's just not my jam. I'd rather make a one layer card than fussy cut. Yeah. So here now we're going to obviously pop out all of the extra pieces, and we're going to clean up a little bit, and then we're going to start working on the actual card. We're going to put this together. Now I've been on a little bit of a hot foiling craze recently, and I have when I do my foiling with the negatives and the hot foil plate, or the solid hot foil plate, I just do a load of them because yeah, it's fun and it's nice. So I have here quite a few, and this one, or these two, the last two, are done with the Geo tiles, and I really like that one, really like it. And this one is done with the gold prism foil, and it just looked so nice. So I decided I'm gonna use that one. So I'm gonna trim that down, and then we're gonna stick that down onto a white card base, and then we're gonna add lots of foam tape to the back of this die cut piece, and then we're gonna finish it off with a sentiment and a little bit of the old bling-a-ling. But I did go for matte metallic pearls instead of lots of bling-a-ling-a-ling. But I decided to put these like in the middle of the flowers just to kind of bring in the cohesiveness a little bit, I guess. But yeah, so that is the card finished. And I really like the sentiment as well. My heart smiles when I think of you. And the fun thing with this set as well, so this is the first card that I show you. So I laid it up with much thinner foam tape, and with this one it's really high, so you kind of get a completely different look, and especially with the foil in the background as well. But the fun thing with this sentiment, or this set, is that you can use it both ways. There isn't kind of like a clearly up and down, so that makes it super versatile as well, I think. And this, all of the sentiments are from this set. It's called Heart Smiles, I think. Heart Smiles, yes. And it's a really, really good set. It's got lots of great friendships quotes, and it also has coordinating die cuts for some of the bigger sentiments. But yeah, that is it. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, congratulations to all of the winners. And thank you so much for subscribing and liking my videos. It really means the world to me. And again, thank you for hanging in there. Really appreciate you being here. And I will see you soon again. Bye for now.